This video is going to show you how to connect the Xbox 360 Nandflasher by Team Maximus to the fat model of the Xbox 360. The slim can be done in the same way. You just have to find the same headers. They're flipped around a little bit. I start by tinning all the spots that I'm going to be soldering on. I also dropped a little bit of flux on there before I started the video. You don't have to use flux, but I like to. And that is J1D2. You want to do pins 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. And they're marked on the side of them. What they mark you 2, 8, and 9. You can figure it out. Now you come over to J2B1 and you do pins, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now you're ready to solder in the actual wire for the Nandflasher. 7 wires. I usually start with gray and red because they're on the very end of the wire harness. See, gray goes to pin 5 of J2B1. If you have the quick solder pad and you're not going to be doing more than one of these, then you can just use those instructions. And you can't see the color of the wires probably because I'm using little single strand wires that make it a lot easier to poke it into these holes on the board. You just heat up the side of the wire and it should heat the solder that I just used to tin it. Now you go over to the J1D2 and you, let's see, white goes to, or yellow goes to pin 1. White to pin 2. My hands are a little bit shaky today. I like to fold them over a little bit to get them out of the way for the next wires. Green goes to pin 3. These colors only apply to the Xbox, the Nandflasher 360 by Team Maximus. I don't know what the wiring color is for the Team Executor version. If you get any solder crossed in there, you gotta make sure and get that out too. If it's being a pain in the butt, just Drip a little bit of flux in there. And it should split up. Glue goes to pin 4. And you may want to actually start from pin 4. It's much easier to start from there, as you can see. You can bend these a little bit, just make sure you don't knock any of the other wires into the other ones, because if you get the wires crossed, it's gonna not work. And then the last one is ground, which can go to either pin 6 on J1D2 or pin 12 of J2B1. My tip isn't cooperating with me. Looks like I had it turned down a little too much. You want to use about 15 watts on a board like this. You don't want to use too much power. You'll fry your spots. I had it turned down pretty low. Yeah, it's definitely taking it too long to melt solder. You don't necessarily have to get them all to poke down into the hole. It's nicer when they do, but I found that the ground spots on the Xbox 360 don't cooperate with having wires poke down into them like that. Some of them do and some of them don't. So that's that. It's all hooked up. I don't have the case on my Nandflasher, but once you have it hooked up, you can plug it in and you're ready to read and write to your NAND. And you can find the official wire by colors on the Nandflasher website.